Jesus says, no one has the greater love than one who gives his life for his friends. And taking advantage of the fact that Matt Murdock is Catholic, we dive into the episode of Born Again that Beth showed us the meaning of friendship. We see Danny going beyond his own belief. He knows he had done wrong and that death is waiting for him. But he only has one way out, betraying his best friend, the person he is in love with. But in a brutal act of sacrifice, he decides not to be Kingpin lapdog. Actually, smartly, he tells her, go and don't tell me where. He hands over the evidence of his betrayal to Fizz, knowing that this is his death sentence. He didn't do it, out of the cowardice. He did it to decide what kind of man he wanted to become. It is a heartbreaking moment. It's a heartbreaking moment that proves that in New York loyalty is paid for with blood. In the end, it's scene that leaves you cold. Daniel could have left. He could have escaped, but he should have stayed and faced the consequence of his redemption. It's a dramatic ending for a character who reminds us that even in Kingpin world, this is still room for integrity. A display of pure heroism that needs a mask to shine in this episode. So guys, let me in the comment what do you think about the Daniel sacrifice, and I'm gonna leave you my full review in my pinned comment. See you there. Now guys, Kingpin is out of control. In this episode of Daredevil, Wilson Fisk shows us that he doesn't want to eliminate his enemies in secret. He's taking them through the legal system to humiliate it. And show all vigilantes that this will be their end. This is the broken Fisk who, as the Joker would says, just want to watch the world burned in fire and destruction. What's terrifying about this new Fisk? It's not just his physical strength, of course, but his calculated passion, and he's using the judicial system, the same place where Matt Murdock played to corrupt it, and use it as a weapon of mass destruction against his opponents, against his opponent's reputation. So, he wants to break New York's spirit by showing that even the law cannot stop him. It's a total psychological war where the truth is the first victim. But now, guys, we have an incredible twist here. Why? Pay attention to the transition of the psychologist. I mean, the Miss Muse. We see her become more confrontational right now. She even proved me wrong because I always say how she is gonna fight Daredevil, and now she has already slapped Karen, try to prove that with rage and haste, she is also capable to do, bizarre stuff. And this is a proof that it's not just physical outbursts. There's, a waking of something dark. Muse is starting to enjoy the chaos and the power that her own stability gives her. That confrontation made it clear that she won't be a generic villain, and maybe, something more unpredictable. The series is slowly building the thread that promises to be a personal and devastating for Matt. Are you ready to see her completely unleashed? Because, yes, in my case, I want to see her and that Miss Mew in the third season of Daredevil Born Again. Today, I had to play Devil's Advocate. Look, for me, this episode of Daredevil Born Again is a 10 out of 10. I love the development and, even noted the time passing. But the numbers don't lie. The show has lost 40% of its audience. A total collapse. Is a dramatic stuff, guy. And why is this happening? As much as we made fun of the TikTok brain, the reality is that the show is slow. The Daredevil formula should always build trails, drama, and a lot of action. Like the Bullseye episode, for example, which was incredible, but here we see a lot of people just talking. If you like a deep plot, you will love it, of course, but man, they're a superhero. And I don't blame the people who say they get bored if there isn't an explosion or a good fight. The serious part is that there are already rumors about the third season being cancelled. If that happened, it would mean this version didn't reach the level of the Netflix one. Even though that one's also slow, it was cancelled because, of right issues, not because people weren't watching. Honestly, I think the shows needs to be more dynamic and show more that the classic heroines. I enjoyed the episode, but I understand that not everyone wants to watch a 50-minute of HBO style drama with only dialogue. I understand that. What do you think? Do you think it's a lack action? Or do you like this slow pace? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe because we are gonna have the season finale of Daredevil Born Again, the Boys season finale, and more about Invincible. I'm Wetek, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.